This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Wednesday, the 30th of June. I'm Michael Groff. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in here today, but rain chances should increase starting tomorrow and heading into the holiday weekend before slightly drier air comes in here next week. All right, let's talk about it first. Yesterday, 105 degrees, the afternoon high. 86 was the morning low. The normal high, 107. The normal low, 82. Looking outside right now here at 11:15 a.m., a few clouds, and we're sitting at 97 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew point at 57, relative humidity 27%. Wind from the south at 8 miles per hour, and the barometer is falling. Taking a quick peek at the radar right now, already seeing some showers and storms popping up along the rim over in southeast Arizona and in southern Nevada, southeast California. A pretty impressive storm right now going on across parts of La Paz County near Vicksburg Junction. That storm producing some wind gusts around 50 miles per hour, and that particular cell is moving to the east. A few of those showers kind of moving toward western Maricopa County, but I doubt that they will make it in here. Taking a look at the weather pattern across the country right now, this is one of those days where if I had hair, I'd be pulling it out. It's a very complicated setup. We've got a mid-level ridge there across Texas, an inverted trough over the Big Bend region, a disturbance across southwest New Mexico, the moisture from Enrique from the central Sea of Cortez northward, and then a weak cyclonic flow, another area of low pressure just to the north of Arizona, weak ridging off the Baja coast, a trough off of the Pacific Northwest coast, and our big heat ridge that's bringing all that record heat across the northwestern states and western Canada. That's still up there. And in between all of that, the desert southwest and Arizona, the flow pattern here is very convoluted, and that's going to make for a challenging forecast, as we'll talk about in just a moment. Here's the watch warning map. One thing that stands out here, a number of severe thunderstorm watches extending from parts of eastern Ohio into Pennsylvania, New York, and Vermont. Heat advisories as well over parts of the Northeast. Excessive heat warnings for the northern Great Basin up into the Northwest and the northern Rockies for, about the fifth or sixth day in a row. We've got flood watches east of us across New Mexico, Texas, and parts of Kansas and Missouri. In Arizona, more specifically Maricopa County, we have an air quality alert in effect. The convective outlook for today, an enhanced risk of severe storms for parts of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. And here in Arizona, we are in the green. Thunderstorms possible, organized severe weather not expected, although any one storm, as you know, this time of year can become severe. And as if there's not enough going on, of course, the tropics starting to heat up in the Atlantic Basin. We've got two waves of interest out here, one near the Lesser Antilles, that's Invest 95L, and then the trailing wave is Invest 97L in the Central Atlantic. That lead wave we're not too concerned about right now, at least not in the short term. But the trailing wave, Invest 97L, the National Hurricane Center is giving that a 70% chance of development. And as we take a look at the modeling on this, the tropical models, the spread is pretty large here. You've got solutions that range from moving it into the Yucatan Peninsula, the Eastern Gulf, up across Florida, or into the Carolinas, or curving it east of the United States. And really, we don't know where this is going to go right now. It's just way too early to tell. This doesn't even have an organized center just yet. It hasn't even formed into a tropical depression. We'll know once it gets a little bit better organized, we'll have a better handle on where this thing is going. It's something to watch right now, but that's all it is at this point. All right, getting closer to home, looking at the precipitation outlook. This is valid through next Wednesday morning. Rain amounts in Phoenix, generally at or under 1/10 of an inch. Heavier totals, of course, over the high country and the eastern mountains of our state and around and just south of our southern border. But, as I say every day, your amount will vary. Any one storm can really produce a lot more than what's shown here, such as that storm across La Paz County right now. So, let's talk about what's going on with this weather pattern in more detail. We'll take a look at modeling. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run. This is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Still have our huge ridge up there across Canada, the northern Rockies, the northwestern states, and our complicated pattern that we mentioned before across the west. So for us down at the surface today, what it really means is partly cloudy sky, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. I would say that the better chances of rain will be where we see storms right now, mainly across the western part of the state, southern Nevada, the eastern mountains, the rim country, and the southern border. But there is always a chance that a couple of those stray storms might make their way in here, especially by later this afternoon and tonight. Any storm would be most likely to produce strong gusty winds, maybe some blowing dust and frequent lightning. But a few spots will pick up some rain as well. High temperatures this afternoon, 101 to 105. Tonight, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms continuing overnight, and low temperatures, upper 70s to middle 80s. And then tomorrow, as our ridge across Texas slowly starts to expand to the north and west, we'll see a more favorable setup for scattered afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms developing over the high country, making their way toward the lower deserts. And again, some of those storms capable of producing strong, damaging straight-line winds, blowing dust, some lightning, but some spots might pick up some locally heavy rain as well. High temperatures still around 100 to 105. Then on Friday and continuing into the holiday weekend, the ridge continues to build in across the southwest. So, with more of an east or southeasterly flow, we'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms, most numerous in the afternoon and evening hours. And high temperatures a little bit below average, generally in the upper 90s to about 104. And a broad-brushed 30 to 40% chance of rain each day. And we've gone ahead and done that because it's hard to say which day will be the most active convectively across the area, as occasional disturbances will serve to enhance shower and storm activity. So if one day winds up being more active, then the next day probably less so. That's how the monsoon typically works around here. Now on Monday, a bit of a downtrend in shower and storm activity should start to take place as that ridge drifts a little bit further to the west and drier air starts to work in. Still widely scattered showers and thunderstorms will be possible though. High temperatures 103 to 107. On Tuesday, we'll continue warming it up and drying it out a little. Widely scattered late afternoon and evening showers and storms continuing. High temperatures 105 to 109. Then as we go to a week from today, this is Wednesday, the 7th of July, the ridge starts to drift back to the east, taking a position just north of us across Utah. So the flow aloft once again turns out of the east, and so the moisture comes back. Scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms across the mountains, and some of those will make their way into the lower deserts. So looks like at least a low to maybe mid-grade monsoon forecast in effect here. Then, as we go out 10 days, this is Friday, the 9th of July. And there it is, a 600 decameter ridge. It's back just north of us across Utah. Now, the good news is that's a very favorable position for easterly flow and bringing in monsoon moisture across the state. So no doubt we would see some disturbances in that flow coming in here to enhance storms. But bad news is with such an intense ridge, subsidence, heat, all of that might serve to stifle some storm activity. But the GFS remains kind of bullish on moisture, so we'll just have to see how that plays out. But given how things have gone this summer, I have no doubt that an intense ridge will once again build somewhere over the western continental United States. All right, as we take a look at rainfall for Phoenix over the next couple of weeks coming off of the GFS ensemble, every single member still showing measurable rain here. The ensemble mean up around 2/3 of an inch. So conditions still fairly optimistic for some degree of precipitation during this period. I hope so. And temperatures off the European ensemble, pretty much what you would expect to see for early and mid-July. Highs 105 to 108 on most days, a little warmer, a little cooler, give or take. And overnight lows mainly in the 80s to near 90. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get the notice. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. You guys be safe, stay cool, and hydrated out there, and have yourselves a glorious Wednesday.